Hi, it's Alice Chance from Transition Partners. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my vlog today. Everyone's invited to my party. It's all about creating a digitally inclusive space within tech. Enjoy! Hi everyone and welcome to my vlog. Everybody is invited to the party. Today I have the lovely Claire Duffield from Leeds City Council who is joining me today, and we are going to be speaking about diversity and inclusion within Leeds City Centre. So Claire, if you would like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about you.
Thank you, Alice. My name's Claire Duffield. I'm Digital Engagement Librarian for Leeds Libraries. So that means that I do quite a lot of stuff, really. I get to work on tech talks now that we're in lockdown, so it's quite similar to this, talking to lots of professionals from the digital, arts and culture sectors, learning from one another via Zoom, look after code clubs, making that accessible to young people and families, look after social media, and also led on tech mums as well, coming to Leeds Libraries.
The list goes on, and you're also part of Empowering Women with Tech, which you missed, which
Yes, Natasha will kill me now.
Yeah, you do so much within the tech community. It's fantastic. And the first time I spoke to Claire, I actually couldn't believe how involved that she really is. So I'm very happy to have you with me today. So I guess first question I would like to ask you is, what does diversity and inclusion mean to you?
Yeah, I think it's a big thing in my life, really. It's what I aim for within everything I do in work. So it means that everyone feels valued, has the opportunity to grow, and feels empowered as well. So as a digital engagement librarian, I realised that not everyone in Leeds or the UK has access to digital, and I think a lot of us take that for granted, and that can be a real barrier to people. So you might think that most adults, we have a mobile phone, but a lot of people can't even afford a mobile phone, and if you do have a mobile phone, you might not be able to afford data. So that's a huge barrier to people who might have learning difficulties, homeless, long-term health conditions. It really isolates a lot of people, so what we try to do, my wider team, the 100% Digital Leeds team, try to help people to access equipment, and also train them as train third sector organisations as digital champions as well. And this just means that more people have the opportunity to increase their skills and experience in digital, but not only that, it means that they can save money, can become more employable, feel more independent and connect with their loved ones. And I think that is very, very important. People from all different backgrounds. So if you're not white, if you come from an abusive home, you're trans or gay, or you have a disability, you have to work so much harder just to get on the same platforms as maybe someone like myself, who is quite, I've had a really good education, I've had a really kind family. So I just want to make sure that I can give opportunities to people. It must be exhausting if you don't have, if you're dealing with bias every day.
Definitely.
Colour of your skin or your gender. So I think it's really important that if we can be cheerleaders, and we can help people find their networks and their people, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all hold, I mean, you less so than me, but you know, I'm still so ignorant to so many of these things, and I think this is why sort of speaking about it and educating everyone is so important, because we are ignorant. There are things like, in my mind, I don't think about the fact someone doesn't have a phone and can't go on the internet and can't look for jobs. All jobs are on the internet now. No one's picking up a newspaper and looking for a job anymore. I don't think, anyway. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think they are. But yeah, I think that accessibility is so key, and the work that you're doing is amazing. So how do you feel this has like affected your career and sort of the people that you work with?
Yeah, so I think when I grew up, I didn't realise there were so many different roles in digital and tech and things like that. I thought there was quite a limited choices of career options. And I was good at art, so I chose to do an art degree, which I'm glad because it opened up my world. I think art gives
Yeah.
you empathy, you hear from different people's thoughts, it gives you new viewpoints of the world. My mum wanted me to be a plumber.
Really?
Yeah.
I quite like it. It's a real feminist job. I like that.
My mum's quite quirky, and she was definitely head of the household when I was growing up. My mum and dad were both nurses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I guess a plumber's a job for life. I'm sure I've heard that, but it was preached at my brother, not at me.
my dad wouldn't let me near the computer unless he was like with me, or he wouldn't listen if I could help him try and do the video player and things.
Oh, right.
Because they were a bit older, it was quite a traditional kind of upbringing, I suppose. Apart from my mum, who's quite forward thinking, I think. I've gone off on one a little bit there.
That's fine.
So I was really lucky to have this education, especially a degree in Scotland, because it's free of charge, well, pretty much free. And I know that a lot of people don't have that opportunity.
You're Scottish?
I grew up there from like 5 till 21.
Oh, wow. Whereabouts?
No accent, which I'm gutted about.
Yeah.
I go up to Aberdeen every couple of months or so.
Oh,
Not in
nice.
lockdown, obviously, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I love
it was a really nice upbringing.
Mm.
So I didn't do coding at school. Didn't know about it. Was scared of a computer. Didn't know how to turn it on. So it wasn't until I was at university I'm forced to do my dissertation on a computer, which I lost on the CD-ROM and had to start all over again.
Oh.
That I started using computers.
My heart broke for you then.
Yeah, so I've had a really weird career journey. I became a
Yeah.
librarian in 2008. Well, I joined the service then as a frontline member of staff on the counters, serving public, and I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with it straight away.
I bet you met some amazing people doing that.
I did, yeah. I just love talking to customers.
Yeah.
And yeah, just meeting people and finding out about them. But I found that job because I was going into libraries to job search, and I was like, it's quite nice really. Free computers were very important when you're a skin graduate.
Yeah.
So then I became a librarian, and then I specialised in Studio 12 Studio 12, which is a creative digital suite for 16 to 30.
This place sounds so cool.
I love it. I miss it quite a lot. It's next door to my office now, and it's free of charge. It's a creative digital suite. Huge amount of people from like BAME communities come and use it as well, because they do a lot of spoken word and poetry.
Wow.
You can go in and use a sound booth. You can record a video, a film with Jamie and Chloe, who are just lovely, lovely people. Yeah, and then I'm in this position now after 2.5 years in that position, and I do what I said at the start of it, really.
Yeah. And so the work that you're doing, who are you specifically targeting? So I know you do quite a lot around sort of getting mums into tech, or people who aren't sort of used to the digital way of thinking and the digital way of working.
Yeah, so we launched Tech Mums in Leeds 2 years ago, and it was the first city to do the 10-week course. Professor Sue Black is an amazing, amazing woman. Look her up if you don't know about her. And she wanted to give the opportunity to mums who were either returners, they hadn't been in a tech job for a long time, so it moves on so quickly, like the tech and the workplace, different different ways of working completely.
Definitely.
From years ago even.
Constant change.
Yeah, and then even knowing what your children are up to. We've got mums who are like, I don't know what my child is doing on the internet. Help. So that's a 10-week course. We give people iPads to borrow whilst they're doing that, so they can carry on learning at home. Again, getting rid of the accessible data problem. And we've had 2 cohorts now, last year and this year, and we had 3 who went to Tech Up, which is another Sue Black's initiatives. And that was 100 women in the north got to go on that. So I'm really, really passionate about helping women gain confidence in technology. I think we feel like imposters quite a lot of the time. I don't know where that comes from, but
I think it's a whole idea that it's a man's world, and this is a men's industry. I never thought. I think one of my best friends at secondary school did IT, and I was like, that is so weird. Why is she doing IT? I was like, that's so strange. She should come and do arts and design and technology in media studies with me. Why is she doing IT? I was like, that's so weird. But now I'm like, why didn't I do IT? Because
me too.
I don't think it was sold well in schools. And the recurring conversation I've seen to have with so many people is the education needs to be better. The education, but for everyone, not just for children, it's for adults as well. The education needs to be better when it comes to tech, and just making it a more inclusive and diverse space. I was saying the sort of people that I've hired have generally been men. Women are less confident, I feel, when I speak to them about getting roles. They're not as if they know there's lots of people, they're very like umming and ahhing. Are they going to match up to these other people? And if you look at the contractors, so the contracting market, who are meant to be the best of the best in what they do, I'd say 95% of them are men and 5% of them are women. And I think it's because women don't take that chance and believe in themselves enough that they've got the confidence to do it. And
definitely,
hopefully it's going to be a changing world, and it won't be like that forever.
Smash the patriarchy.
Exactly. So what do you believe that adding sort of diversity to a team does to a business?
Well, I just think it's just so important. If you do not have a diverse team, and it's just in the mirror of yourself, all the ideas are just going to be the same. And you're not going to think about unconscious bias, for instance.
Definitely.
So if you want to design good services and products, you really need to have a diverse team so that you can learn from other people's experiences, knowledge. Even putting in like data sets, because they've been done via like mail in the tech industry, and they've been found to be biased as well. So like the Google Translate, it was translating doctor as a male kind of word and nurse as a female, and that's because of bias. And your audiences need to feel like you're representing them, no matter what you're in. If you're in a library, we need to represent our audience. If you're in tech, you do. So basically that's my main thoughts on that one.
Definitely. I think a diverse workplace and sort of just inclusive spaces for everyone as well, you get a lot more creativity. Like you said, you're going to get better ideas, you're going to succeed better as a business because you've got different people working there. And sort of cultural creativity, I think, is such a key thing. Like all our brains are wired the same. We're learning more and more about how different we all are, and we're not just X and Y. We're all different people. Not one of us is the same. And I think a lot of the time businesses do sort of build this sort of echo chamber of like-minded people, which they think's good, and they don't mean to do it. They're like, they have the same idea as me, let's get them on board. But you can only do that for so long, and your business will only go so well if you keep employing the same people time and time again. You need different people.
Definitely. I think it's important to celebrate people's different ideas and ways of working and thinking.
Yeah.
Otherwise it gets dull as well, to be honest. If I'm
Yeah,
just got someone echoing
exactly.
what I'm saying, I'll get very bored.
I know, exactly. So we're quite nice in here because everyone in our office is really different. And I think that's one really good thing. Apart from I'm always known as the loud one who steals people's food out of the fridge, which often isn't me, but because I'm the loud one, I get told that a lot. Everyone's like, she's taking the last can of Coke. It wasn't me. I'm just, yeah. So what advice would you give to women who are looking to get back into a career in tech or who are wanting to start a career in tech? What can they do?
So I think for me, it's looking out for opportunities. There's a lot of tech returner schemes in Leeds. Well, there was. I think they're still going in lockdown. I don't know.
I know there's the Sky Women Return to
Sky,
Tech one and
Barnell, they were doing. And that's just a great opportunity. Sometimes it
definitely.
can be free. You're working with amazing mentors. So definitely look out for things like that. But I would also be looking for a mentor or role model. There's so many in Leeds, and don't be scared to ask for their help because they are absolutely lovely people. Everyone I met is anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
So I saw Natasha from Empowering Women at their first conference. And I was like, this woman is so cool.
Yeah, she is so cool. Yeah.
So I basically was like, right, where's her Twitter? Somehow got her email. And then I was emailing her monthly updates of what I was up to in these libraries over and over again. And finally,
not that you care, but I've done this again this month. You're going to care soon.
And we worked together. And she was like, okay, Claire, you can come and help me. I'm Empowering Women with Tech. And she's been a huge cheerleader for me. She puts me forward for talks all the time.
Amazing.
So that's just really important to find someone. Don't be scared, be a bit cheeky. They're only going to say, no.
I haven't got time. They won't even say no. They'll say no as nice as possible as well. Like, I'm so sorry, but I don't have time because they don't want to be rude to someone that's trying to get themselves a leg up. Especially women. Women support women.
We do. We have to pick each other up. And also, if you see Dr. Sue Black, approach her as well. She loves a selfie. So
if I might see her on the streets of Leeds, let's socially distance selfie, of course.
She'll be like, why is everyone like selfie?
Yeah, I know, after this. Well, Claire said it's fine.
But I would also say find a network if you can. So even if you're not working in tech, you can still go to a lot of digital events. I know
definitely.
It's a bit different times at the moment, and there's free wine and pizza a lot of the time, so you can get a free meal.
I did a cheese and wine night once and it was so good. But yeah, the events and networking, I would definitely agree with that. Getting yourself on LinkedIn, Twitter, as I'm now realizing, is a big tech hub, which I didn't know about. But LinkedIn, I'm always happy to help with sort of LinkedIn profiles because I know they can be massive helps to people. And I agree with, like you said, just kind of getting yourself out there, getting yourself to the events and getting yourself
definitely. And I know it can be a bit scary to go to an event. And so with Empowering Women, we do pre-meetups to the meetups. And in newbies, we kind of meet for a drink beforehand and we're like, hiya, we're going as a group, that kind of thing. Everyone has been absolutely lovely. And you learn so much about inclusion and diversity from listening to other people's perspectives as well.
Definitely.
And like Natasha's a huge advocate of human skills. So even if you think you are lacking experience or skills, you've got a lot to bring to the table. So don't go to an event thinking someone's going to be like, oh my God, there's an imposter here because she's not been in tech for like 10 years or whatever. That's not the case at all. You're there to find out more. And that's a massive first step.
They have always been very welcoming places, ones that I've been to before. They're like very nice, safe spaces. I don't think I've ever been to a bad one where I felt like, oh, this is
No, I
uncomfortable.
haven't.
Everyone's always lovely, and I have to
Yeah.
go to the network as well, and everyone just chats away to you, so it's very easy to find someone and make friends.
Yeah, very sure. I think, yeah. And also read some books.
Oh,
Read some,
yeah.
listen
And
to
how
podcasts.
can we access books at the moment with the libraries?
So Leeds Libraries ebooks are free of charge at the moment. And we've got a lovely collection on diversity and inclusion, multiculturalism, how to be an anti-racist, really
Right.
important, all free of charge, no fines, and they're the ebooks, but you can also reserve books now. It's a click and collect service. So you just need to go to leeds.gov.uk/libraries and you'll find out all about that. One of my favourite books was The Power of Introverts by Susan Cain, because again, I'm quite introverted. I push myself to be quite a bit more outgoing and confident, and I enjoy it when I do, but then I need downtime. And
Yeah.
Susan has written and said it's quite a good thing to be an introvert because you're listening, you're seeing other people's opinions, and then you can bring that back to the team as well. So
Definitely, we need different people. We don't need everyone to be loud and annoying like me.
I like extroverts as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's all been so insightful. I definitely think there's some really useful information for women to sort of take from that, or anyone really that's looking to get into tech, or wants a bit of help. I'm sure you can find Claire as well online, and she'll give you a hand if you need it. She's very, very helpful.
Very open, linking up to people, that thing as well.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining me on Everyone's Invited to the Party, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks, Claire.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Take care.